I did not lack skill. I lacked the belief to match them. I had the qualification that required for me to do the job that I was doing, the experience, the training, and I still walked into assignments with my shoulders like already covered inside. Like, I'm exaggerating here, but you know what I mean. Like, and I was apologizing with my body without even saying a single word. Hi, I am Nene, and I help people become the person their goals require. And everything I share here, I have lived it first. And if you have the skill, the experience, the qualification, but something in the room still feels off when you walk in, then this video is specifically for you. You see, I self-doubt leaked through me without me knowing, through my shoulders, through my expression, through my like how I was reflecting in the room, how I was showing up, how I would turn like down my rates just when it's questioned, like just reduce, like whatever, true hesitation of speaking, true, if the client feels, even before they open their mouth, I'm already like very defensive or very kind of like, um, it just shows. You walk in and it's like, oh, okay. So as a freelance interpreter, right? This is like what gets to show up for me, and I would like be looking like, okay, who's here, who knows how in here, who knows what I'm talking about, what, like that is the leaking of energy without even saying, even though you're like, oh yeah, like sometimes I would think that I know my, like I'm good, and I'll go with I'm your interpreter, but you could just tell the feeling. And the reason why I said is like, years later, when I see other colleagues, how they show up, it's like, oh, I know that feeling so well. Like how you come out like I'm it, like I'm here to do the job, but your body and your mannerism and the way you're showing up is telling a whole different story. It's showing like, are you sure that this is what you want? And I started doing different things that helped me because this is actually episode what, three of the Freelancer Mind, where we're tackling those the beliefs and the identity that is showing up for like when you go and do different work. The first one we talked about how um we should see rejection as protection of the job you go and do. It might not be the right job for you, and if you don't get it, then take it as protection. Seize abundance. Yesterday we talked about how we feel like we have to take every job that is out there, and everything that is there, it is like, oh, if I don't take it, I will lose out, or I might not get another contract, or I might not get another booking, I might not get another assignment, whatever that is. We then start going and going, but we realize that when we declare and decide that this is how we want to work, this is what's our rate, this is how we show. Because I went from working all over London, UK, even not even London, to saying, okay, London Southeast, and then all this, and down to where I am, like locally. I just want a bus ride away, and that's like having that belief and abundance in how I want to show up is true. So now today we're talking about we've been talking about what the conscious mind is saying and what the unconscious mind is showing. We're going there as, yeah, I'm your person to do this job for you. I'm here to do this, but your body's like, okay, I'm not sure. Okay, like whatever, like that feeling is. So in this video, I want to share the things that I did to help me step out from that feeling of thinking that I have to. It's not even about pretending. It's about understanding that the skill is secondary, but your identity is the primary thing, is the driver. If you do not believe in your abilities, there's no amount of saying that I am this person, I'm here to do this job, I'm here to provide this service. your belief system, if you feel that imposter, if you feel that doubt in your ability, if you feel that whatever, it would leak out without you even knowing. When you think you're composed, you're doing your thing, conversation, people just you're hesitating, then you're not sure about your what you're doing or like what you can produce or and all those things. Those are leaking energy that we don't even know that is happening. And for me, coming from a shy era, an introverted person, like we know that not all introverts are shy, but I was one of those shy ones. And having that tendency, you could just tell, like, oh no. Then imagine now you're the person that's going to do this work for me. You're the person that's going to present me and be my voice, and you're feeling like this, or you're hesitant, or you're unsure, you're not confident in your choices, in what you're saying, then I'm not gonna use you again. So I really want us to, like, for me, there's certain things that I did to um step away from that, right? I like I had this doorway frame where as I go into the space, I would have the frame. And in that frame, I feel it's like the version of me that I want to be is going through, not the me of now. You know how Beyonce has Sasha Fierce, right? And when she goes up on stage, she's just like powerhouse, and then she's going and like vibing, and she is like she's on point. But when you like see her in person, she's like this quiet, like not quiet, but like very demure, like just and like, ooh, who's that on stage? And she, one of her interviews said, you know what, that's Sasha. Sasha is like, don't give a, and she's like, she's there, she gives her thing, she does what she has to do, and then she's out. And now I'm Beyonce. So I took that version into work. So every time I go into a building, and I'm about to go into the frame. So if it's like the department or whatever it is as I'm going as a freelance sign language interpreter, right? I would have that framework of I'm going in. I know I'm not original in that way. I didn't even change the name. I just went, like I just dropped into Sasha. My version of Sasha, what Sasha meant to me and how she worked. Like walked in upright, smile on the face, knew her stuff, wasn't worried. And here's the thing, in doing that, my qualification was still the same. The like my skill levels were still the same. But what changed is how I went in. What changed is how I showed up in the space. It wasn't no longer this shy old Nene that like, oh, not too sure, like if she's capable. It's like, baby, where do you want me? Where should we start? It's like it was like that. You imagine the door frame, you walk in and you embody that person. You know who that person is. You're picked out like this is how we show up. And then you go in that place, you're locked in and be like, yes, I want her again. That's how it is. You the confident version of you that you could not access on your own, you become through you go through that door frame. That was the one way that I used it. So changing the posture, changing how I walked in, changing how I approached, because now it's no longer Nene that is talking now. It is Sasha. Sasha is talking to them, and Sasha is coming in blade, not literally, but you know what I mean. Like, let's go. Where we're doing this? How do we want to roll? And with that person, the skill is able to flourish and show and come across. Then Nene coming in like, yeah, man, like, what do you want me to be? Like totally different being. Two different things. How we show up. I went in through her until I became her, until it became part of who I am. You keep rehearsing and doing a thing, and then it becomes who you are. Psychology is the first thing. Like people think it's about the words, it's about how are you showing up. I'm not talking about arrogancy. I'm not talking about like, no, no. You decide that version of you that is it. Because you right now feel imposter. You right now are doubting yourself. You right now are hesitating and all those things. But this version of you, whatever it is, let me know the name in the comment section. That person, let me give it two shoes. They are riding on that confidence. They are flowing in. You go into that door frame like this and you walk out like that. Or not walk out, but go through it. Being anchoring in into that person that you are saying you're going to do, to show up and be it and show out, right? And even like, I remember one time, right, when I was doing this technique for me, like trying to embody this person, because I was like one of those people that inside me was doing somersaults and like my heart was like fluttering and everything was going on and all. Blah, blah, blah. So I went into this building. It was a glass reflection. You know the buildings that you can see your reflection, but people inside can see you, but you can see yourself, that kind of like thing. So I was going into this building and this department I was going into. I saw my reflection go from this to like that, and I walked and I caught myself in a perfect vision, and I looked at like, oh, check you out, Nene. And I just like, oh my gosh, it was like seeing myself. It was like night and day, just that. And in that moment, my unconscious mind had caught up to the conscious. Like I just like, it wasn't like, ooh, who do you think you are? It was like, check you out. And that is where we get to go into. We get to go into. And if that, another way that I tend to do this as well is like, you go into the bathroom, you go into a space before you go and do your thing, and power pose it and feel it and anchor yourself. Like you speak, what's the word? Speak truth to self. You've got this. Go show out. Go and do this. Like feel it. Like just stay there for like, I would stay there for like a minute or two, and like, yeah, like, anchor the feeling, anchor the presence, anchor everything in. And then a bonus point when I'm doing that is like, I would just pick a point in the ceiling or in a corner or somewhere, and I would smile. So if I'm having all those chatter, all those negative thoughts going, I would just start saying stuff to myself like, smiling and saying, no, are you sure you think you're going to do this job? Those two thoughts can't be in the same space. So when you are smiling and looking somewhere and thinking about those negative, those nasty comments, those whatever that's coming, like, you last. These days, that flies away. It can't. It cannot. You cannot hold two thoughts. There is no way of holding those two thoughts of thinking that you're no good, and then you're smiling and like, let's go, like, like, try it. It can work. So that's another way that I like when I'm feeling that like, like I go and do that power pose, smile, I get and walk in, and like nobody knows like what you're doing. And then you go in there and then you show your thing. Then go in there like, oh, I'm not sure. No, 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 no. Hey, do it. You know what I mean? Let's go. Because we know our stuff. This is the thing. We have the capability. We think we need to go and get one more, this and that, and like, you're skillful. You've got your thing. The only thing is your identity hasn't caught up with that belief yet. So we get to work on to match it up so that the conscious and unconscious mind is on fire, and then you are able to show out. Me in that like shy era thinking, oh my God, should I be able to understand anyone? Who would want me back again? Who would want that kind of person? But when you come in there, not like, hey, yeah, no, tapped in to the being you want that to be, showing up, trusting, knowing, understanding that this is what this is what I'm here to do and show out. You know, we're not performing confidence. This is not about performing like, okay, yes, no, we are embodying it. We have already decided what this gets to look like. How do we want to show up for self? We decide what that gets to look like, and then we start tapping into it until we remember who we are, because it's already in us. Everything, like when I do this with my clients, I say, okay, who's that person for you that you'd be like, oh my goodness, if I'm like them, I'll be fearless. I'll be it. And then you start pulling out the characteristics, like the way they're magnetic, they are, like just how calm they are, how like just reflective, how connected. Imagine having all those adjectives, those nouns, those phrases of this person that you admire, and you embody it. Because here's the thing, whatever you admire in someone else, you already have it in you. It is not something new that you're trying to borrow. It is something that it's already in you. And that's why you can see it in somebody else. So it's not like it's a whole new, oh, this person I never have. You have it. You just don't remember. And by tapping in and embodying it, and then using a phrase, or even using like a character, you know, one of the characters I've used in the before is like Black Panther. You know how elegant they look and how they stride, that calm confidence, and how they roll. Yes, I tap into that energy, and I tap into how they feel. And here's the thing, we keep tapping into that feeling and tapping it to the point we then become that. And then we no longer need this thing. And it's not performance, it is embodiment. It is going through the repetition, going through the belief of it. And then people were like, oh my gosh, Nene, what happened to you? I remember like when I was doing this, I went back into my training, and another person said like, what's this? It's what is. It's what we have decided. Because we have allowed the feeling of the hesitation, the procrastination, the fear of failure, the fear of success, the fear of rejection, overwhelm, self-loathing, all those things to stop us from being, to stop us from the things that we want to do for self. And then now when we remember who we are, and we remember that this is the things that we're doing, and this is how we want to show up, and we can tap into that energy and be it, and start repeating it, that's when we start embodying it. Because the only thing that changed was your belief when you carry it through that door. That's the only thing that changed, because everything else stays the same. The skill was still the same. My the location, everything was the same. It was the belief that I was capable. I knew what I was doing. I had everything anchored in self, because everything is within me and within our reach, and the same is true for you. The same is true for you. If this series is landing for you, don't forget to subscribe and tap in as we go on to this various thing. And if you're wanting support in figuring out and helping you to get you towards that, to the becoming of that which you are, to the understanding of the greatness that is within you, in supporting you, and you're wanting that support, just comment the word identity. We get to take the time to do this on a one-to-one basis, where I will support you in anchoring yourself to being that, to whatever it is, to the transformation you want, to deciding and walking and getting the doing a plan to tap in, so that you can then show out and be that which you are, and understanding their greatness, understanding that everything you have is within you. We don't need to like cap it. Okay, I just need to do one more training. I need to understand this. I need to do this. But no, we start embodying ourselves. We start embodying who we are, not who somebody else has decided we are. Because that's where we're living into, with the people pleasing, with the justification of like, oh, I don't want to like, show out, like, oh, I might embarrass myself. No, we start tapping in. So drop the word identity. We get to do this together. And if you haven't already done so, subscribe for more Freelancer Mind in here and more identity reading stuff, because we do this every single day. Remember that your voice matters, and it is your time to use it. Bye for now.